Good evening, good evening, good evening. How's everybody doing? As we are showing you guys downtown Tijuana, I wanted to show you a couple of hotels. Where are the majority of the migrants staying? And there's a vast majority of hotels. Let me cruise by to one that I just, there's a lot of them. As you guys are going to see right now, how's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Voice News. It's a lot of these hotels where a lot of migrants are waiting for the process of asylum. A lot of them. The speculation is more than almost close to 10,000. Look at this right here on the right. You will see right here on the right, as well, I'm going to turn on the phone right here. You see right here migrants waiting right there. You see right there. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of hotels. I'm going to go to a couple of them that I just discovered. That is amazing. Amazing the amount and the quantities of migrants in these particular parts of Tijuana. So I will take you right now to a particular part. Let me change the camera before I start explaining and elaborating what we are doing right now. Real quick, we're doing this. We just saw one of them. That is a particular little hotel where these individuals, migrants. There's another one right here. Right here, you're gonna see it right here. Hold on. Let me change the camera right here. There's another one right there. As you guys can see. Right here, there's another one. This right here. There's a lot of them. There is a lot of them. And the problem here is that the United Nations has lied so much about the immigrational process that these people think that it's going to be real easy. It is all people from Africa and from Haiti. Look over here, as there's more people over here in the store. There is all over the place. All over the place. And these people are waiting for their court date, which is going to be extremely difficult for them to get. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Voice News. We're cruising around, and I just took you driving by to a couple hotels where the majority of these people, the migrants, are staying. They're speculated between 8 to 10,000 people, 8 to 10,000 migrants, that they are awaiting, their legal process to be taken care of in the United States of America. This is the situation when it comes to this. All the migrant process for political asylum or for refugee has been classified as non-essential for the United States government, which it has detained a lot of the refugee and asylum seeking process. It is amazing what I'm about to show you, and I will stop a little bit in these two particular hotels. One of them, I remember I infiltrated myself in that hotel, and it was 90 rooms with the capacity of 4 people for each room, and all of the rooms were packed. You're talking about 360 people inside of a hotel, and it was all people from Ghana, from Cameroon, and from Haiti. It's a lot of people from Cameroon and from Haiti. So I will flip the camera. It's a really busy night right here in Revolution Avenue. This is really touristic. I always drive by over here and I'm playing my music and enjoying myself with you guys and trying to entertain you guys on laughter a little bit. Tonight I will just show you a couple of hotels that they're really interesting for you to see. I just saw them. They're half a block away from the other hotel that I just mentioned that has 360 people. And right here in Revolution Avenue, the businesses are back to normal. They're kind of like keeping the social distancing when it comes to the clubs and when it comes to all this stuff. But most importantly, business are growing and business are moving on. That is, one of the most important things for the the economy right here in this particular area. Extremely important for our economy at Revolution Avenue, as tourism is one of the most important things when it comes to our border in Tijuana. But talking about these migrant shelters, I just showed you a couple of them. These shelters are packed with people from Haiti. They're packed. They have they have a lot of population in them. And all these people there are awaiting the political asylum. They are awaiting the refugee asylum, which it is difficult for us to understand. The reason why is that a lot of these people, they don't have a job. The government of Mexico is maintaining them and is taking care of them. Meanwhile, we are getting thousands of these migrants of year after year. This situation has been happening due to the fact that we have the International Pact of Immigration, that the International Pact of Immigration, or the Globalist Compact of Immigration, better for whatever you want to call it. This Globalist Compact, destroyed completely the sovereignty of Mexico, and it has completely been, one of the most difficult things in our country and in our city. For us to, it is a shock culture, change of a shock culture over here in our country, in our city. It has been difficult for Tijuana citizens to adjust to these amount of people and amount of migrants coming in from different parts of the world, not only from Haiti, from Ghana, from Cameroon, from Central America, South America, from the Middle East. And it has changed us, our perspective of life. It has changed us completely. We have to understand that this immigration factor and this immigration process has changed our lives completely over here in Mexico. And as we are right now, I'm about to show you right now and drive. Look at these license plates. They're from Maryland. Who's from Maryland, man? Who's from Maryland? Look at this guy from Maryland. License plates from Maryland, all the way to Maryland, right here. It's amazing. It's amazing how a lot of these hotels, they are it's business. It's business for these hotels. They don't usually care for if they are legal or not, if they are violent or not, if they are here to stay or not, if they are here to provide or not, if they have a record, or if they are escaping from if they are escaping from their native country, but with violence and delinquents. It is unreal what is happening over here. It is really unreal. And it is more importantly for us to understand that it's hard for us to understand what is happening. I will show you the hotels. Let me flip the camera right here as we are waiting. It's really bad right now in traffic. You see migrants right here. You see these two migrants right here. They're from some part of they look from Africa. You see, it's getting to be a culture shock right here. You see another one. It's all over the place. And I don't have nothing against no particular migrant. Everybody's welcome. If you do it legally, if you do it peacefully, if you do it with a purpose, it's okay. It's okay if you do it peacefully and with a purpose. But when you come radically and under Antifa agenda or a democratic and socialist agenda to just basically interrupt and be part of the corruption of the of the globalist mafia and the border mafia, it is difficult for us to digest and say, you know what, it's okay, you come over here. But in our country, we are struggling real bad. We are really struggling in terms of the economy. We're really struggling in terms of survival, and we're really struggling in terms of moving forward. It's been really hard for us. It's been this 21 months of this president that we have. It's been really horrible. Our economy has been done. 1.2 million jobs have been lost. We're number one in assassinations and homicides in the whole world, and we're number one in losing the jobs in whole Latin America. So it is amazing that we think that with all that is happening, Mexico can sustain more migrants. How in the hell are we going to do that? So it is part of the globalist agenda from the New World Order and also from the United Nations to create an economical collapse, and also to destabilize the borders and to destabilize the economy, and also to create chaos. That is one of the most amazing things that socialism and communism has been doing. Black Lives Matter, for example, it is one of the most strategies, perfect strategies that they have been using. Ultimately, their goal is to disturb and also to interrupt the elections right now. Interrupt the elections in the country of the United States of America. It is understandable that at this particular time, it's not understandable, and I really don't understand how in the hell we got to this point. So today, everybody's asking for the topic. If you go back to the live feed and if you read what the topic is about, you will know what I'm talking about. So that's the topic. Go back and get out of the live feed and then come back. There's a topic right there. So we're going to go and see a couple of hotels right now. Hopefully it's getting dark. I don't know if we're going to see them. This is the tourism that I'm talking about. There's a lot of United States citizens and Americans. This is the situations that a lot of the, President Trump has been complaining. This is the situation that all these tourists, they're coming from the United States of America. And tourism from the United States of America, what it provokes is right now is that the COVID infections or the COVID infected people, that if they're coming infected from the United States to over here, it increases the number. And if it's the United States citizen coming over here to tourists, or for this Labor Day weekend, I think it is Labor Day or Memorial Day weekend. I think it's Labor Day weekend. Memorial Day, I don't remember which celebration weekend the United States has. When it comes to this kind of things, it plasters to have a huge population, and and exacerbates the security issues, and irritates the bars and local businesses. Why? Because one of the complaints of the president of the United States, Donald Trump, is that all these U.S. citizens, that they live over here in Tijuana, and that specifically their lives have been to live over here in Tijuana. They're going back and forth to the border. They're traveling back and forth, and it's one of the biggest complaints about the president, that a lot of these situations with COVID, it's getting done by this. It's being done by people going back and forth. So as you just saw, there's Revolution Avenue is packed. There's a lot of tourism right now. That is good for the businesses, but in terms of security and limitations, in terms of regulations for COVID, it's kind of difficult for others to understand. So I'm driving right now to the avenue. This is I think is ay canijo, ¿cómo se llama esta? I think it's Madero. I don't know if it is Madero Avenue, Madero. And Ah, pensé que te estabas quejando de la raza, pero ya veo que andas hablando muy claro de los problemas de salud. Síguele. Y si me estuviera quejando de la raza, ¿qué? O sea, la raza, si yo hablo las cosas reales que estamos pasando en nuestros países. Let me address this comment, please, in Spanish. Hold on to the live feed, people. Si yo me quiero, no es quejar, es simplemente decir la verdad. Y el problema aquí es que como mexicanos no nos gusta que nos digan la verdad. La verdad duele, pero no duele, pero incomoda, ¿no? Entonces, realmente tenemos un problema en nuestro país. Y nuestro país está mal manejado por Andrés Manuel López Obrador, que nos ha hecho caer en un país totalmente inseguro, lleno de tráfico de niños, tráfico de mujeres y tráfico de drogas. Entonces tenemos que entender que tenemos un verdadero problema, mi amigo. No es la raza, no es, estás hablando mal de la raza, ya la neta ya no me gustaba. O sea, no. Hay que decir las cosas como son y la verdad por enfrente. Saludos. Right here we are driving as we are about to see and we're about to watch right here the hotel that I'm talking. Now this hotel, I will park right here and I will focus on the hotel that I've been talking to you guys about. I remember back in the day, like probably 8 months or 10 months ago, more than 10 months ago, man, probably a year ago. And I'm being honest, probably a year ago. And I infiltrated myself to this hotel. I infiltrated myself. I put a hidden camera on my shirt, and I went in there. And my whole purpose of going into this hotel and show you guys, it was how many people from Africa they were staying right here at this hotel. So I will park right here to show you guys the hotel that I'm talking about. This is one of the hotels. This is holding up around 400 people, 400 migrants from all identities, from all entities right here. This hotel holds around 360 migrants if they pack it, and also they can fit more people. If you talk to the clerk, they can tell you, hey, you know what, for another person they can let you go in. But this is one of the hotels. Now look how amazing, how close they are one from each other. Now I can't turn left, I can't turn right on this block, I can't, but I will go around it so you guys can see. Absolutely, that is another hotel right there on the front, right there in the corner. All of these hotels, this avenue, Avenue Juan Sarabia, has become the avenue that is called Little Africa. These avenues is called Little Africa due to the fact that the majority of these hotels are people from Africa. They're people from Ghana, they're people from Cameroon, they're people from Angola. This is another hotel right here. We're gonna go to another one and you're gonna see a huge crowd right here outside of the other hotels. And I think that I can park, but it's too dark, so it's gonna be really hard for you guys to see. But this is a hotel. As you guys seen, 2 hotels. I just shown you 2 right here up north into the downtown area, and we are going to go to another to show you these other couple ones. And it is amazing how the population it is. Now this inflation of population in these hotels has been active due to the fact that they're not essential right now. This is another hotel right here. This right here on the top. Let me just take the phone off. Oh my God, I'm in the middle of everything. This right here on the top. This is another one. This is another one. Now, the cost for these hotels, it is, a lot of them is, it goes between $900 or $1,200 per week. That is in pesos. That apparently is $1,800 per week. That is like $100 per week. Now that is $400 a month. If you're an immigrant and you're coming suffering with no money and suffering with because of the economical crisis, my question is, how can you have the ability to pay an amount of money for a hotel that practically you're paying $400 to $500 per month? Now, it sounds illogical for me. Now, this, I'm going to park right here for you guys to see. This is another 2 hotels right here. These 2 hotels that you see the population right there, it is a lot of people that they are from Haiti right there. You see a lot of people from Haiti. Let me do a close up right there. Let me just get the phone because let me do a close up right there. So you see a lot of people from Haiti right there. You can see right there. Outside. Haiti, probably a lot of people from Haiti, from Africa. These people are basically, let me just get the camera down because there's a mic. These people are basically, what are we talking about right here? This is the situation right here. These are the hotels that I'm talking. Look how big that is. Look. It's huge. This is the back of the hotel that I just shown you. Taxi is blocking me right here. So these are 2 hotels right here. People on the top. There's people from Central America, South America. You know, it is amazing the amount of hotels now. And this avenue now, it's known as Little Africa. This avenue is known as Little Africa. And they're paying around, you know, the give or take price is around $100 per week. As you see, you know, individuals right here walking around in the streets. And it's a lot of population right now. It's a lot of them. Population is getting big, you know, people crossing right here. It's individuals crossing right here in the middle of the street as you see it. You know, the population is getting so big right now in Tijuana, and the control of the hotels is getting ridiculous. It's really hard for the government of Tijuana to control it. The Institute National of Immigration is really hard for it to control it. You know, it's become a harsh situation for, you know, you see 2 ladies right here. You see him walking right here in the street. And you know, it's been really hard for the Institute National of Immigration. They have done searches, random searches on these hotels to check their paperwork and to actually see if they have the paperwork necessary. But the corruption in Mexico is really bad. The corruption in Mexico is so bad that they pay, you know, for their stay, or they pay for the paperwork. Let me change the camera right here. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Negro News and America's Boys News. We're live right here as we were driving around, and I wanted to show you guys what is the situation actually right now in Tijuana in terms to the hotels. In terms to all these hotels that they're hosting migrants, and they are packed. You know, this hotel is practically the same capacity as the one that is on all the way to the other side of the corner. You get this hotel, you get the other one that is on the other side of the corner, and you get an amount of quantity, and you get a quantity around 1,000 migrants in less than half a block. 1,000 migrants from Africa, and you know, in a mixture of cultures, and a mixture of places. As you can see right here, and I'm not playing around. You know, this is the situation right here in Tijuana. Now, it got like this because of the Globalist Compact of Immigration. It got like this because of this Globalist Compact of Immigration. The Globalist Compact of Immigration forced all these people to create an idea in their brain to try to make them understand that they have, you know, all the rights to be migrating everywhere, and also to be traveling everywhere without the understanding that it is nearly impossible to migrate to the United States of America. So when they get to Tijuana, let's say to our city, when they get to Tijuana, and when they understand that when they see the wall and they see all the process that is so difficult for them to migrate, they start realizing that it was a lie. And all of these people are stuck right here. All of these people are stuck. So you get hotels like this with the capacity. This one has more capacity than that one. I believe probably 500 people. The other one is capacity for 900. So let's give or take 1,000, because there's another hotel in the corner that it can hold up for 400 people. So it's more than 1,000 people in less than half a block. And it's speculated that we got like 10,000 awaiting for the political asylum and refugees. It's a lot of them. So I don't have nothing against anything, but I'm just saying how they're maintaining themselves and how they're paying the bills and if the government of Mexico is maintaining them, for God's sake. So, we have a lot of poverty, and it's called priorities, I believe. So really, it's the same situation that is happening in the United States of America. That it has been having illegal immigration since, a long time. And now it's happening to Mexico. And now that it's happening to us, we know the situations, and we're digesting how the United States felt. So it's an eye-opener to us right now to realize that there needs to be a legal immigrational system. And there needs to be a control of who's coming in and who's coming out. And if it's coming in, it has to come in peacefully, documented, and with a purpose. So, I wanted to show you guys a little bit of what's going on. Let me put the phone again on the car right here. And I will drive by real close so you guys can watch how all these hotels, they are occupied. They're full. They're full to their maximum capacity. And we're not talking about that they're halfway full, that they are, that they're a little bit, in their capacity. No, they're halfway full. And as you can see right here, they even got a barbershop on the bottom. They got businesses now. And it is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. I wanted to drop by. This is another one right here. This is the other one in the corner. I infiltrated myself to this one not too long ago. It was probably it was a little while ago. I don't remember. Probably probably was a year ago. So Bárbara López dice, son gente trabajadora y sus familias de USA les ayudan. Sí, Bárbara López is saying there's a lot of people that they are hard workers and their family helps them from the United States. I'm not judging y no estoy juzgando, la verdad no juzgo. Yo tengo a mucha persona de Haití que trabaja donde yo trabajo, muchas personas de Haití, trabajadores 100%. Y muchísima gente que llega pidiendo trabajo. Yo no juzgo, ¿no? Pero no vamos a hablar de un sistema que está totalmente quebrantado, que tenemos una sobrepoblación en Tijuana, Baja California enorme, que no tenemos, let me address this comment please in Spanish, que no tenemos cómo sustentar y cómo mantener a nuestra propia gente. Tenemos una inflación de migrantes enorme. Yo no estoy diciendo que no son trabajadores, sí lo son. Pero muchos de ellos no están trabajando y a mí me ha tocado. ¿Y tú sabes por qué no están trabajando? Te voy a hacer esta pregunta. Por eso antes de comentar hay que pensar bien lo que decimos. No están trabajando por esta simple y sencilla razón. No tienen la visa de tránsito y la visa de trabajo. Y por eso ellos tienen que mantenerse en Tapachula, donde es un proceso y el proceso se tiene que ser respetado sin estar quebrantando la ley y seguir los reglamentos. Nadie está criticando, todos son bienvenidos, pero por el amor de Dios hay que hacer las cosas bien. Si no vamos a hacer las cosas bien, entonces ¿qué carajos está haciendo México también con Estados Unidos? Estamos cruzando constantemente ilegalmente a los Estados Unidos, entonces todo el mundo que haga lo que se le pegue su regalada gana. Igual que en Estados Unidos, no hay muchísimo mexicano que es honesto, que trabaja, que se rompe el lomo, que le echa muchísimas ganas a la economía, que provee, pero no estamos legalmente trabajando. Entonces, ¿a qué estamos jugando? ¿Cuál es el propósito? I just wanted to say the purpose. This individual saying, they're hardworking people. They're people, their family members from the United States of America helps them. I'm like, yeah, I don't doubt that there are a lot of them. They're hardworking people and they have capacities and they have, capabilities to have a profession or to have, a different, they have a future in our country. I don't doubt that. The only thing that I'm doubting is not all of them work. And I have seen it. Why I've seen it? Because I know that a lot of them, and for this information, for this individual, a lot of them, they don't have the visa transit, or they don't have the proper documentation. So if they don't have the proper documentation, if they don't have the visa transit, how in the hell they got to point C to point A? They come here illegally. Now, if we're going to start advocating and justifying ourselves that poor little guys and poor little people, because, oh my God, they're suffering. My God, look at Mexico. Mexico is suffering like you don't even imagine. 4 cities on the top 5 for violence and delinquents, 5 in the top 10 and 15 on the top 50. We are suffering. We need to understand that the priority is our country, our people. And when we are good, and when we're stabilized, and when we have, you know, the capacity to, exactly like the United States of America, the capacity to help other countries, God, you know, let us permit, I'll welcome you to my, you know, beautiful country with open arms. But right now you're talking about people, and you're justifying yourself that all of them, that they're in this hotel, they're working, and it's a lie. If I go in there and if I ask, do you have your visa transit? No, I don't. Do you have the visa transit? No, I don't. So how do you got over here? I got here because I paid somebody to get me over here. So it's the main purpose. The main purpose is that we are doing things illegally. The whole process, the globalist compact of immigration, it is a broken globalist compact. So if we're going to be advocating that poor little people, you know, they're good people and they're getting themselves, you know, supported by people in the United States of America, I agree with you. But not all of them, they're doing things legally. So if we're justifying that, let me justify all the things that Mexico has been doing to the United States, how we've been crossing illegally to the United States of America. So it's going to be justifiable to be breaking immigration laws. That's basically what you're going to. Because it's not who it is. It's not the color of the skin. It's who, and it's who's doing it and how you're doing it. I don't even care if you're Mexican. If you're doing it illegally, stop. There is a process for immigration, and you need to do it correctly. That is the whole thing. Now, I understand, but it just justify me this. Justify me this. Yes, you know, that's basically what I'm saying. You know, just justify me this. Haiti is not even on the top 10 for poverty, for violence and delinquents. We have more than 60 million in poverty in our country. I understand what you're saying, that a lot of them are hard workers. I have talked to them. I work, you know, I got like people from Haiti that they have come to the place that I work, and they have asked for a job. And knowing the person that I am, I always ask for proper documentation. For God's sake, that's what I do. That's what I dedicate myself to. I report in irregular migration. So I know that if I don't do things correctly, the authority is going to come to my house and say, you know what, you're under arrest because you're not doing things correctly. So, or, you know, the company's going to get sanctioned. So inevitable, we have to do things correctly, and we cannot be admitting people that they're doing things wrong. If we're going to start doing, and we're going to keep admitting people that they don't have the proper documentation, not even if you're Mexican, if you're crossing to the United States of America, and if you're doing it illegally, it is a crime. It is a crime. It is called illegal entry, irregular entry. That's what it's called. So we need to respect those guidelines, and we need to respect the law. I just shown you 4 hotels that these people are holding hotels, which they're running away from poverty. Let me just get that. You're running away from poverty. Not all of them got family members of the United States of America. And if you're running away from poverty, and you are running away from poverty from Haiti, guess what? Let me tell you something. Mexicans, they live in poverty, and they don't have money, or they don't have some particular family member to give them a shelter, to give them a house at a particular hotel like that one. So it is the principle of priority. I believe so. It is the principle of resolving the problems in your house first. That is what I believe so. If you don't resolve the problems in your house first, then we have a priority problem. And it's the disorganized country. As we are seeing it right now, how Mexico is so disorganized that they cannot be controlling this irregular migration. And it was unbelievable, and it was a complete destruction to our south door. They could not control this. Now, I just shown you the first two hotels and another 3 hotels that their capacity in those 3 hotels was more than 1,000, plus the ones that is downtown is, let's per se, give or take, 1,500 to 2,000 people. 1,500 to 2,000 people. Out of the 1,500 and 2,000 people, you give me a percentage on your good understanding and how things have been happening since 2018 that we have seen it and we have been documenting and we have gone to Guatemala. I have gone 3 times to Guatemala. So give me an understanding on your logic and on your experience that you're going to tell me that more than 90% of these individuals that they're right here in my country, they're legal. Just analyze that. And when you analyze that and you understand what I'm saying and you understand how this globalist compact of immigration was made to destabilize and unstable the economy and affect the citizens and create a chaotic uncertainty on citizens, it is a reality what they're doing. This is a globalist compact of immigration. It's a broken globalist compact. Everybody's welcome to migrate if you're doing it correctly, legally, and with a purpose. Everybody's welcome to migrate. I'm not an authority to say you cannot migrate or you can. But in my understanding and in my mind, to migrate, you have to do it the correct way. And everybody will give you the opportunity. And it is unbelievable that now we leftists, Democrats, liberals, they justify themselves. I remember, talking to a lawyer from the ACLU, and I was giving her stats on child trafficking and the trafficking of children that it was happening in the caravans. I was giving her stats in her face. And you know what she told me after I give her stats? She told me, "Oh, honey, you are so lucky to have what you have and live in this country." I said, "What? Have you read the newspaper, you illogical, ignorant lawyer? This ACLU lawyer, have you read your newspaper? Have you read a book? Tijuana is the most violent city in the world. And you're telling me that I am not, I shouldn't be doing this line right here for ask for the asylum? You don't see me doing the line." So it is the principle on how the globalist compacts of immigration need to be handled. Instead of just making a smokescreen and not talking about what China is doing, what Russia is doing, what Iran and Iraq are doing, what Venezuela is doing on the United Nations, that they're not talking about that. Instead of not talking about that, invest money on countries that they're really suffering and invest on communities and try to go in there and act for the human rights of people, as corrupt politicians are taking away all the economy and making a classist country. That's what they're doing. Making a classist country. The richer get richer and the poor get poor. That's it. So where is your logic? That's what I want to understand. Where is your logic? A lot of them, they have families. I understand. A lot of them work. Yes, I see them. A lot of them, they're really good. I have really great relationships with people with Haiti. I got great relationship with people with Haiti. I shown you guys a video, a couple of people of mine that I work with them, and they're from Haiti. Really good guys. Hey, they're hardworking guys. They work their 8 to 10 hour shifts. They go back home. They got the legal paperwork. One of them is a plumber. The other one is an electrician. They know how to do their job, and respectful people. What am I gonna say about that? I don't have no right on saying nothing wrong about an individual that is doing things right in his life. He has an opportunity to do things right in his life in every part of the world. But when you're coming in with the whole purpose of the government taking care of you, and only migrating because you said so, and because you feel that you are being attacked, or you are living in a country that is impoverished, that it has a lot of poverty, that is not a justification for me. You have 2 legs, you have 2 arms, you have 2 hands, a mind that you can think, a heart that you can feel, and eyes that you can see, and a voice that you can speak. So you have the ability to pretty much get up and find a job and try to, get better with your life, and try to find a way to be better in life. Meanwhile, you're not doing that. You're part of the whole, the parte de la bola. You're just another sheep that is following, the globalists and the United Nations agenda. For me, you're just a sheep. So that's my understanding. How's everybody doing? God bless everybody that is watching. God bless everybody. There's a comment right here that says, Oscar, do you worry for your safety? It's such unsafe area. I have much respect for you. Well, I know the city that I live in. Fortunately, I know the city that I live in. So I know where to go, and I know where to not go. I will tell you that. I know where to go, and I know where to not go. And I know what time, an hour, I should go, and what time at an hour I should not go. So everybody that has been in Tijuana, or that lives in San Diego, and their whole life have been coming in and out of Tijuana, they know what time that they cannot be out, and what time they can be socializing, or be at home. They know exactly what. So I know exactly. I'm not an expert, but I know a little bit my city, so I understand the precarious situations that we can put ourselves into if we don't take care of the situation the way that it's supposed to be taken care of. So I wanted to show you guys these hotels. Ultimately, it was for me to show you this. The main purpose is for you guys to understand that when everything goes back to essential, and with the crossings go back to essential, there's going to be another border crisis. Yes, there is. For a lot of ignorant people that they're saying they're not, yes, there is going to be another border crisis. And as I will tell you, and I will design you the future of everything. This is what I think. There's a comment right here by Kathy Edwards. So Oscar, you aren't even mad that your 2,000 people can just walk over the border? That your 2,000 people can't even cross? I don't even know what you're talking about, Kathy. If you can specify what 2,000 people you're talking about. And if I'm not even mad, so I don't know if I have to scream at the phone, or I have to hit something to demonstrate to you that I'm angry. I don't know what you referred yourself into. If you can relate the question a little bit better, I can answer your question. So what I wanted to show you is how when it goes back to essential, the problem, they are going to overflow the courts. They're going to overflow the courts, and the courts are going to be so, they're going to be so packed that they are going to overflow the courts. Now, when they start overflowing the courts, get to understand and get to know all these people. They have been completely waiting for the asylum right here in Tijuana, and a lot of them, they have COVID, or they have symptoms of COVID. Now, when they go back to their court date or their asylum seeker date or their refugee appointment in the United States court, when they go back to do so, this is the problem. When they go back to do so, a lot of these people are going to cause another peak of infections. Why? Because a lot of them have, symptoms. The detention centers are going to be full. They're going to be packed. Border Patrol officials and a lot of people are going to start flooding the borders again due to the fact that, everything's going to go back to normal. So irregular migration is going to be, again, part of the conflict that it has been already composed. This is going to be happening until Mexico doesn't sign out of the United Nations, of the Globalist Compact of Immigration. What city are you in? Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. So this is going to continue. This is the problem. This is the humongous problem that we have been having for the past 2 years, that we have been broadcasting about the irregular migration and, the Globalist Compact of Immigration, and what has been happening with, the situation that 3 times that we had traveled to Guatemala and shown you guys how the reality and how our borders are open and how we're getting penetrated by the South Door. So God bless everybody. I wanted to talk to you guys for a little bit and show you guys this experience of me driving around and showing you hotels. I showed you on downtown Tijuana, and I'm showing you other two in the upper part, the upstate or up north of the downtown area. And it's a big community of migrants from Africa, specifically in Haiti. So it is quite concerning what is going to happen after the essential and non-essential goes back to effect. It's going to be something that is going to be really interesting to see. Particularly, it's going to be something that is going to grab a lot of attention, worldwide attention. And this is why the elections for the president of the United States of America are extremely important. If the president of the United States of America does not win his election, Donald Trump, Joe Biden is going to be part of this globalist compact of immigration. And again, they're going to be, adding the significance. They're going to be opening again the globalist compact of immigration. And the globalist compact of immigration, what it's going to do, it's practically going to open your borders. So it's going to be no borders, no walls, no USA at all. All these, chants from Antifa, they're going to happen. Your borders is not going to have no sovereign nation. The system is going to be broken. ICE is going to be completely abolished. Border Patrol, they're going to try to dismantle or defund the Border Patrol. And they are going to try to do that. So it is one of the things that we need to understand is that the elections that is coming apart right now, and they're coming to do so, the elections are really important for you guys, are extremely, extremely important for you guys. If you guys care about immigration issues, if you guys care about your country, and if you guys care about what is going to happen in your country if President Trump doesn't get reelected, humongous problems are going to happen. Huge problems are going to happen. And I'm not even joking, and I'm not even playing around. It is a reality. It is a reality. Huge problems are going to happen. It's not going to be controlled. And, it's a difficult situation. I wanted to go into those private hotels, but I see that it's kind of an atmosphere that probably is not healthy for me. There's a lot of people probably infected with COVID. So I don't want to be, in some way get a symptom or something like that. So God bless you all.